But you have to hang in there.
Mm-hmm.
You have to fight and say, I'm going to live. I'm going to live.
You know, cancer is a serious topic, and it's a
Yes, it is.
powerful subject. A lot of people don't realize this, that you don't have to be a smoker to get cancer.
Right.
You know, there's little kids that the growth has come up on them, you know, skin cancers, lung cancer, stomach cancer, even brain cancer. Cancer
Right.
can spread. Explain to the people how that cancer can be at one spot and then spread all over your body.
Well, for instance, if you have a lymphoma cancer, which there is so many different types of that too, but if it gets in the lymph nodes goes all over the your system. So then if it gets outside the lymph nodes and goes to an organ like a kidney or even your heart, there's cancer that can get in the heart or to the lungs or something like that. Then it spreads. It just is contagious inside your body. It just spreads from one organ to the other.
Exactly.
And that's how they actually stage cancer. If you have like one lymph node or one spot that has cancer, that's stage 1. 2 is stage 2. If you have it above your waist and below your waist, which I did, you're in 3rd and 4th stage, and I was in 3rd stage. So, but cancer can spread just by the lymphatic system because it flows, it carries the cancer cells. And if it gets in an area and decides to stay there, that's where it will show up next.
Well, you know, even doctors or nurses or things like that will tell women to, you know, examine yourself at home. If you feel any abnormality, if you feel a lump, you know, go get it checked out.
Exactly.
There's been
Yeah.
a lot of women that have waited too long and they've lost a breast or something like that. They know when something's infected with cancer, it has to be cut out.
Yeah, has to be cut out, and a lot of times it can be too late if it does spread. I worked as a nurse for 22 years, Jonathan, and worked with a lot of cancer patients. And I learned through being in the medical field to check my body. And if something is there that I didn't have before, then it's abnormal.
Right.
And you go and say, hey, I need this checked out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of people, maybe even watching this right now, you have a loved one that's affected by cancer. Cancer affects us all. You know,
It does.
I've had uncles, I've had grandpas, I've had different people that has passed away with cancer. You know, and it's a hard subject. It's a hard topic to even talk about.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's painful for people. But you need to talk about it. You need to find out the information about it. You see, cancer can be stopped. You know, it can be took care of if it's found in an early stage.
Right, it can. Yes, it can be taken care of, and not all cancers are caused by the same thing. The type of cancer that I had, the cause is unknown, so we don't know, you know, what causes it. So we don't really know what we can go out there and do to prevent it. But if something occurs in our body like shortness of breath or tiredness or night sweats, unusual night sweats, or you feel a lymph node under your arm or in your groin or in your neck or something that's wasn't swollen before, and you don't have a flu or anything like that to indicate that, hey, I've got a sore throat right now, so that's why it's there. But if you don't, and you're walking around and you feel okay, but you have this lymph node in your neck that's swollen up, then go and get it checked because there's something wrong.
Even certain types of moles on the face can turn into cancer.
It can.
Too much sunshine and the UV rays, you know, constantly out in the sun, if it can bring up cancer spots on you.
It can.
You know, you got to be careful and, you know, just use some good common sense in things.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's all it takes is common sense to not smoke. If you don't smoke, then please don't start. If you do smoke, I would advise you to stop, because even if it don't cause cancer, it ages you, and it's not good for us.
Lung troubles.
Yes, exactly. Breathing problems and all of that. And certain types of foods that we eat, are not good for us. And so, I mean, there's just so much. Like I said, we could talk and talk and talk
Right.
and still not cover this subject because it's worldwide spread. Cancer is.
But a lot of times when people are diagnosed with cancer, or they even hear of their loved one diagnosed with cancer, they lose hope. And that's one thing you don't need to do, is losing hope. You need
Exactly.
to have faith in God and Jesus, and do the process, do the steps that,
Yes.
if you need treatments, take the treatments. God can heal.
He
can
can.
set free and deliver. And sometimes He uses the physicians and the doctors
Exactly.
to do that.
He does. And He will also guide you. After I started my chemotherapy, Jonathan, the doctor told me, he said, I'm going to give you 6 treatments, and 80% of my patients go into remission after 6 treatments. And so I had a huge lymph node on the side of my neck that was, you didn't have to feel for it, you could see it.